right, hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Today we are going to explain the reason of the confusion the Muslims they have. Yesterday we made a video about the evolution in according to Muslims articles, and I don't know if you noticed there is a guy. His name he called himself Abram something. He posted in YouTube in the same video a lot of name calling. And he was explaining to us that Adam is not the first man. However, today he took it off because looked like he found that he is a donkey. He was calling me a donkey for saying that, and he was posting a lot. You know what Muslims they do? They are copy paste. However, the point is Muslims are so confused, and there is a reason for this confusion. As you see in front of me, this is Islam. Religion.com website, which is a funny website anyway, but as you see in the top it says the first man, the story of Adam, part 1 to 5, the first man. So here in this website the Muslims they believe Adam is the first man, but in this website the Muslims believe Adam is not the first man. Why? What is the reason? Because the Quran is written by a bunch of idiots and it's full of confusion, and they say based in chapter 2 verse number 30 the Quran says it clearly that he will make a successor. So they said, well, how he will make a successor unless there is people before him? And that absolutely makes sense. However, we explained before in the previous video that most likely the true word in the Quran, it was not a successor, it was khaliqa, which means creation. But because the Arabic was without dots, so later those who they are they collect the Quran, they added instead of saying khaliqa, it says khalifa, which means caliphate. Caliphate means a successor. So those people who believe in this part of religion of Islam, that they believe that there is people who exist before Adam, and they are trying to point fingers at supposedly what it's called people exist thousands and thousands of years ago or millions of years ago, which is for me it's a rubbish. You see the reason of that, by the way. If the Quran really speaking about a successor as we see in front of us, and this is actually what this verse is saying, I mean, if there is no mistake in the manuscript, that explain what Muhammad source is, because the Sabian they believe that before Adam is not the first man. The Sabian they believe exactly that there is previous generation was exist before Adam, and they commit great sin, so God he destroyed them, and then he created Adam and Eve, and he made a new, let us say, a new start for mankind. So this is what the idea of the Sabian, and we know that Muhammad was called a Sabian for a long time. So if this is correct, this is what the verse meant, that's mean Muhammad is just copying what the Sabian believe. Now in the Quran, you see, Muhammad is a person who say a lot of stupid things because he is making religion as a collection of religions. If we go to the Quran, we will find that in chapter 2 verse number 35 it says clearly that Allah he said to Adam and his wife to enter upon the garden, so like you and your wife go and enter it, and etc. So the Quran is speaking here of an Adam, of a man and a woman. And you see here in the Muslim translation chapter 2 verse number 35, every Muslim he give you his own version of the Quran, because as we said, like here you will see the word wife in different verse, in different translation does not appear. So here it says clearly that there is a man and there is a wife. If we go in the hadith, we will see that Muhammad he in this hadith said clearly that Allah he created the mountains, the clay, etc., and he gave every creation a day. So he created the clay in Saturday, the mountains in Sunday, the trees in Monday, etc. And then at the end he says that Allah he created Adam on a Friday. in the last hours of Friday afternoon. And that destroy all the stupid stories Muslims they try to say that the Quran does not speak of the 6 days as 6 days. It was 6 period of time, and even some of them they try to make it as billions of years, as we saw in, if you read my book Qur'an and Science in depth, you will see how the Muslims I got them busted with their lies. Would like Muhammad is my helper always to get the Abdul busted with their lies. As you see here, Muhammad is naming every day of a creation and what was created, and he called it Saturday, Sunday, Friday. So this is not a period of time or equal to millions. Saturday is Saturday, Monday is Monday, and Tuesday. And here even it says it clearly afternoon. You see, even in the Muslim translation, it says in the last hour of a Friday. But the fact in Arabic, it doesn't say really the last hour. It says ba'd al-asr, which means in the afternoon, like in the at the end of the afternoon. So the explanation of Muhammad is so clear about the timing and how it is. So all those articles are just the fictions, and just to try to make you believe that the Quran there is some kind of mystery of science and discovery and like amazing stuff, when the fact it's a stupid, it's a contradiction. If you notice with me here, actually the Quran says in many places that Allah he created the earth and the heaven and everything in 6 days. But if you count with me here the days, you will find Muhammad he made a stupid mistake as usual. He made them 7. And as you see, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then we go to Tuesday. Regardless of what he created between, you can count, you can read yourself. Wednesday, and then Thursday, and then Friday. Total is 7 days. So how the Quran says in many places that they are 6 days, and now we found that it is 7 days. As I said, Islam is a chain of contradictions, and Muhammad is a madman. The more he talk, the more he do poo-poo. You know, in order to know somebody if he is wise or stupid, let him talk. As long he keep his mouth shut, you will not know. He might even look like a genius. You can dress him, give him some glasses, make him wear a suit, make him carry a Samsonite in his hand. You will think he is a professor, he is a genius. But the second he start talking, he start doing, you know, what we call poo-poo. So Muhammad, always he do that. Always he you know, get himself busted, and he says stupid things, and it is all of it is a contradictions of each other. Now in the same time here we have other hadith actually I mentioned yesterday, but we did not explain very much. If we go in this story here, you will see how Muhammad he said very crazy stuff. As an example, according to Muhammad, that let us see here. All right, let us switch. I will show you the hadith. So what the hadith is saying, that when Allah he created Adam, he did not create him by having sex between, created us by sex between Adam and Eve. The creation of us happened by Allah hitting the shoulder of Adam. You remember the hadith about the white and the black? I'm not going to mention it for now. But I will concentrate in this hadith here, because this is the one is in English. Let us see. Someone of you asked me like if you can if I can pause the reference down. Usually I don't really prepare the reference. I just make them right away. I mean I pick them up right away. All right, let's go and find the hadith. And you will see now what I'm talking about. Here we go. According to the story, according to Muhammad, the one is talking, remember, is Muhammad. So the dump story here is coming from the dump Muhammad himself, which is an amazing dump person. He said, and he claimed, and not this is not my words, Muslims, just watch carefully and laugh with me. According to your prophet, that when Allah he created Adam, he created us in the same day. Look what he said, that the messenger of Allah SAW BM Mercedes-Benz 200 said, when Allah created Adam, he whipped his back, and every person that he created among his offspring until the day of resurrection fell out of his back. So what is the point of Adam and Eve and this story you Muslims you keep telling us about? I mean, stupid stories. You know, either your prophet is a crazy man or you Muslims are a bunch of crazy. Which one is the correct version of the story? Adam was created, and then Allah he made Eve, and then they have sex, and then they have kids, or Allah he hit the back shoulder of Adam and he made all mankind created in the spot in a second. And not only that, after he created us, supposedly Allah, then he placed all a ray of light. I mean, this is a fiction story, very nice, between the eyes of every person. Then he showed them to Adam, all of us. Do you know how many trillions of people will be, and like how many billions of people they die already, and how many billions will die in the future? And all of those enter the judgment. They are placed in the front of Adam. And look what happened, my friend. When Adam he saw them, Adam he said to Allah, who are they? He said, those are your offspring. He saw one of them whose ray between his eyes amazed him. Imagine, like, let us make the number small. Let us say from the beginning of time until the end of the time, it was only 100 billion human beings exist, but Adam was able to spot one person who have an amazing ray between his eyes. I mean, how stupid, how dumb this story is. So everything about Islam is nothing but a mad, crazy stories made by a madman, or it's a copy of collection of fabulous stories. And I believe this story is something Muhammad he copied from the Jews, because you notice here that Adam he noticed only the eyes of David. He did not notice the eyes of Muhammad. He noticed an eye of a man. His name is David. I mean, who is David? Why David is so much why his eyes like so amazing to Adam? What about Muhammad? I thought Muhammad is the best man of mankind. So this is a story. Muhammad the fool, he copied from the Jews, he copy, he paste, and this is exactly what the Muslims they do. Garbage in, garbage out. And you notice always that the more this man Muhammad he speak, the more he do poo-poo. And look here, there is something additional before we finish. You will see here the story continue, which is make it more funny and more stupid. So he said, Lord, who is this? He said, this man is from the later nation of your offspring called Dawood, which means David. He said, Lord, how long did you make his lifespan? He said 60 years. He said, oh Lord, add 40 years from my life so to his. So the end of Adam's life. I mean, guys, Adam is giving it from his life to David. I mean, that's amazing. And you Muslims, you tell me you have a religion, you have a bunch of dumb, stupid stories, and this is your cult, and this is how funny. Hey Adam, can I borrow from you like 200 years? I mean, Adam is like a guy who work in Home Depot and he is giving given years to others. Hey, who's this guy? This is a Christian Prince. Oh Allah, can you make his ears shorter? I hate this guy. I don't like his eye ray. Like, what the heck? This is how stupid, this is how dumb this religion. And thank you for watching, and join us tomorrow at 4:30, sorry, at 4 p.m. for 15-minute videos. And God bless you, and see you soon again. This is a Christian Prince teaching you about the dumb Muhammad and his followers, the dumb Muslims. I hope you've been informed and you learned. God bless, and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.